Hello everybody, it's Bea from Bespoke Crafts. Firstly, I'd like to say a massive thank you. My subscriptions turned 300 yesterday. I am absolutely chuffed to bits. This morning, the 301. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support. If you're watching this intro and you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. As I say in every video, it does help my channel. It is free, and yeah, so please consider it. It's just a click away. Also, please like the videos if you enjoy the content. Share the videos if you wish, obviously. If you select the notification bell, you'll be informed when my videos come out. I try and do 3 a week, possibly more, sometimes less, depending on what's going on. So yes, also this is going to be hashtag 94, 93, 94. Anyway, I finished the intro and then I looked, my camera turned itself off. Apparently the memory card was full. So this is a little bit added on. So I'm going to talk about the card. These dies that I'm using and stamped are, oh, excuse me sniffing, Stamps Anonymous, and it's CMS 215. The only thing is with them, with the dies, these are the framelits and these are Sixxix 1613. There isn't any stamps for the smaller flowers. So you'll see in the video what I've had to do. I don't think it looks too shabby, to be fair. I was a bit unsure when I was doing it. The background I've used, I made that the other day. I didn't record it for whatever reason, can't remember why. And I just used the distress watercolour markers, just adding a little bit of colour and blending it through. And then I use the distress, the crackle paste, the opaque. And as you can see, I hope you can see this and it's framing in. If you lay it on really thin, you get tiny wee crackles. But if you lay it on thick, you get bigger cracks. So it is good stuff. I like it. So yeah, I'm going to do the voiceover now. Hopefully this will be released tomorrow, because it is now 10 to 4 on Thursday, and I'm going to have to upload overnight. So I shall talk to you in a little minute with the voiceover. Hello everybody, I'm back on the voiceover now. So this is me just reiterating the Distress Crackle Paste. They do a translucent one as well. So if you're interested in them, just go over to either Craft Stash or Art from the Heart. Various places sell the Ranger products. So I will just say, when I was doing the video yesterday, I noticed that my bruises on my hands seem to be a lot more pronounced. Let's just go back to the card. I'm stamping out 2 flowers, but I'm doing it in layers, so I'm doing 4. So while I'm busy doing that, the medication that I'm on, I've got myeloma. I was diagnosed in early 2022. So the medication that I'm on, it makes I bruise really easily. So it's nothing other than medication. you know, if you fall over, believe me, I'm going to bruise. And they look a lot worse than they are. So I am sorry about that. There's nothing that I can do about it. It's life. The plaster is on my finger is because the little toad that I call Merlin and I love to bits bit me. I was cleaning his cage out and he got my finger. So I'm on blood thinners as well, so you can imagine what that was like. But anyway, we're all right now. I do end up taking the plaster off because it keeps sticking to bits. So I'm just die cutting the flowers out. So like I said, I've done 4 of them, and then I've done the smaller ones. I'm going to cut 2 of those out. And I'm going to use the Ohuhu fine line drawing pens, which are those, to do the lines on the second flower. Like I've said, if anybody knows if there's any dies, any stamps for these, just let us know, will you? I can't find them. And I always do think they always look better if they've got the stamping marks on them. But if anybody's got any other ways of doing them, just give me a comment, please. I appreciate that. So, and I'm using the 0.5 to do the fine lines, and literally I'm just trying to follow the same direction as the larger flowers. Yeah, so that's literally what I'm doing now. I end up trying to do this voiceover, but forgetting that I'm doing a voiceover and just watching the video. So yeah, I'm actually quite pleased with the way this turned out. As I'm doing it, I'm thinking this just looks awful. But once you've got the colour on, it did start to take the shape of the others. So, and on the second one, that I think I'm doing that one now. And I'm saying I'm think because I haven't got the big screen. Although I'm on laptop, the screen that I'm looking at when I'm doing the voiceover is about 2 inches by 4 inches. So yeah, so it's quite difficult to tell. So I've only done the lines on the petals at the bottom early, I think. I'm sure I have. Anyway, they're the colours that I'm using. I have decided now to write them down. The colour is there just for my reference. And I'm applying the darkest colour where I think it would be on the flower. It's as simple as that. It's my interpretation. It might not be everybody's interpretation. People might think, well, they don't look like that, but in my garden they would, put it that way. So, and again, I'm using 4 colours this time, which I don't normally do. I normally use 3. So there's an advancement for you. But these are beautiful. I was looking for, I can't remember, I was looking to specifically to buy something, and I came across these stamps and dies and just fell in love with them straight away, so I had to have them. But they are lovely. So there's the purple. I don't even know what these flowers are, but they've got the purple. I've gone by the picture that's on the packaging, so I'm hoping that you can see the numbers there clearly. I'm doing this one at normal pace. That's a little dog just come in. Hello, Bebel. Come on, Bebel. She's going to settle down underneath my table. So yeah, I'm doing these at a normal pace, simply because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. After I've done this one, excuse me, I will zip through by fast forwarding. I might play some music, I might not. It depends whether my voice gives up or not. So I'm just going to take a drink. I've got some juice from Tesco's, and it's cherry and blackberries. It's gorgeous. It's that quadruple stuff, so you don't need a lot, but it really is nice. So when I am doing the underneath of the flower, I'm sure I just do the basic colour around. I don't do hardly any of the shading. Excuse me. I literally just putting colour on, just because you're going to see them, the underneath petals in a little while, and I'll show you how in a minute. So here we go, Speedy Gonzales through these. This card, I would say, to make took probably about 2 hours. It was quite a slow one, actually, and that's not taking into consideration the background, because I've already done that. So yeah, this was quite a slow one. Yeah, you see the plaster's off now. I get, when I was putting the lids back on, it kept catching, so it's like, take that off, I don't need it anymore. I was letting the little toad out this morning. I opened the top of his cage, and then the big door of his cage, and his cage must be, I think it's about just over 6 foot tall. Back to the card. What I'm doing with these, and I really do like this with these flowers, this particular set, is I'll cut down the petals so that they're all loose, not all of them, that with, as long as they don't fall off, and then cut a little bit out that would be in the background. But having them sort of like frayed, as it were, it really does improve the look of them. I really, it really does look nice. So that's worth a try if you're going to have a go at these, or any flowers, just to have those loose petals sitting up. They do look nice. Oh yes, back to the little toad. So I was letting him out this morning, clean him out every day, and I was just getting through some of his feathers out the way, the door. And he was on his perch. I didn't see him come down because my head was down. And he went for my head. Can you believe that? I just felt this donk on my head, and it'd gone for my head. It's a good job I wasn't any nearer. Last time he did that, he took a chunk of hair out. I love him to bits, but by heck, don't half test me sometimes. So he got fastened back in again, and I walked out the room in disgust. So, oh, that's my phone. That's it. So again, just fast forwarding through, but I really do think this is worth it. I'm not doing as many of the cuts on the background flower on the base layer, because I don't think it needs it. I wanted that to be more on the top, because I end up just bending them up a little bit as well. And I'm using the Nouveau glue, which is the Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. I don't know how long I've had this. I'm still looking at it now, 2/3 down, 2/3 left, sorry, and I've had it ages. I can't remember when I started using it. I should put the date on it really, so I know. I've got that and some Gina case out waiting. So now I'm just going to do a little bit of placement, just thinking about how I want it. I don't think I've mentioned that the background, it was day number 5 of the Gummy Pen Advent Calendar. I absolutely love doing that. I've ordered the Easter one as well, but I haven't told my husband yet. But I got money for Christmas, so that's what I've done with that. So I've ordered that from Miser Print. So yeah, looking forward to that. There'll be a roll of eyes when it comes through the door, but never mind, eh? So yeah, I spend a lot of time doing placement. I mean, this is not all of it, believe me, I have taken some out. and sometimes I don't do it like that anyway, so I don't know why I bother. So I'm using, this is a Nuvo ink, because I just wanted to put a little bit more like texture, interest on the background. And these are all on Creates little stamps. It's only the only stamp set I think I've got of theirs. And when I'm doing it like this, I'm thinking, oh, this just looks like a hot mess. What are you doing? You need to stop. Do I stop? No. But it does just sort of fingerprints on it. So then I get another colour out. I thought I need a little bit of green. Now this is a lovely colour. I'm just getting it out now. And it's Harmony by Spectrum Noir. And the colour is Spring Meadow. That's a tease for you, isn't it? I haven't got it out yet. What am I doing? I'm just getting another stamp, that's why. So yeah, it really is a really pretty green. Spoilt it for you. So yeah, there you go. It's like a really pale lime green. You can't really see it from there, although you might be able to when I'm on full screen. I will have a look when I've posted. But yeah, it is a pretty colour. And that's my Gina K cloth. I've got dogs wandering around, so I'm just going to pause. I don't know why I'm telling you, and let them out. Right, I'm back. It's cold out there, and that's the case. We've got 3 dogs, and it's one out, one in, one out, one in, one out, one in. I've just got myself a little orange. I've just given Merlin a little piece. And why do I tell you these things? Well, because we're friends. That's it. That's how I look at my channel. We're friends. And you can't just sit and talk about cards while I'm doing stuff that's quite obvious. What am I doing now? Oh, I'm sticking the notelet down. When I'm sticking the flower down, I'm only sticking down the base plate. I'm not sticking down the others, and you can see my fingers underneath the petals, and I will start and lift those up a little bit. But it really is cold outside. I've got a log burner on in the lounge. It's lovely. So these flowers do look pretty. And I just used the it's the Nuvo, the brown ink that I use, and it's Acorn Brown. I've just gone around the edges as well, just to add a little bit of interest to the little notelet as well. So yeah, I'm pleased with this one. So right, I've decided to do a matte and layer, but I've got some gold, so I've put that on, and I'm just twiddling it with that little end there. There's a tiny little mark on it that I've got to take off. I can't leave it, so I take the same amount off on the other side, so it is still square. Now the only thing that I should have done, and I would recommend to everybody, is because the paper's been wet and dried and wet and dyed, it's obviously quite warped. Now this the Collall glue is really, really good, but what I should have done, and I did when I put it onto the card base, lesson learned, was put it on and I squidge it about a little bit, because I put too much on, I always do, is just leave it to dry a little bit, not for long, but just a little bit, and then it'll grab straight away, because as you can see now, I'm trying to press it down. Ideally it wants to go in a book, but then it'd ruin my flowers. So yeah, it's a do as I advise. I'm not going to say do as I say, because I think that's horrible. Do as I advise and not as I do, because I'm going to take notice of that. So yeah, I think the gold around the edges does look nice. It just sort of like it pulls all the colours in together. And I got a tiny little bit of glue stuck on there, which I was still trying to get off. So I do need to leave that to dry now, and I will keep coming back. I'm not going to leave it to dry. It's me just sticking down extra little bits. Like I say, leaving it to go tacky is literally the best thing to do if you've got warped paper. I should have put it in a book, but what you should do and what you do are completely different things, aren't they? Will I do the same next time? Probably. Will I forget about this card? Probably. Right, so I've got a little box here and I've got all my sentiments, little alphabets, loads and loads of different greetings, and I've found a birthday wishes, and I wanted to put the lady's name on as well, but I want to put it on the notelet bit, so I need to have a little, obviously little letters, little dies, which I found there. I've cut all this out because you don't need to see it. I've cut it twice. I've left the second one in the paper, and I'm going to use the glue onto this one and then stick the other one to it, because I do think it's easier, especially because the font is so fine. It's just easier to leave it in there. You have to be a little bit sharpish and make sure that you don't get glue on over the edges of it. But yeah, it is, for me, this is a lot easier way to do it. Even if I'd done it with double-sided paper, it wouldn't have made any difference. I would have still struggled with it. And by the way, I will just say, I'll only mention my bruises and I won't go into details or anything like that. It is only when they are quite prominent. I don't mention illness or anything like that very regularly at all. It's just what it is. It is what it is. So the letters for Faye, I cut them out 3 times because I wanted them to have a decent bit of dimension on them, because obviously they're competing with the flowers. So I'm going to stick these down, and this is Natalie Bauer's tip coming up. Always credit where it's due. What I'm trying to do there, actually, you know when you take some dies out and you have that little bumps on them, where you poke your die out, I'm just trying to smooth them off. I don't like to see them, but you can't always do it. But I've got them down quite a little bit. So these are little pastry pushes, Silken pastry pushes, and literally just apply a little bit of the glue on and stick on. Simple as that. And again, like I said, that was Natalie Bowers, who I got this tip off. She has loads and loads of tips. Definitely worth going and having a look at her Facebook and YouTube channel, hints and tips. So again, looking now for placement, and I've decided that I'm going to use my chrome pen in gold to I've literally just done the top. I haven't gone around the sides or anything with them, because it's going on the same colour cardstock. It sort of blends in, so you don't really notice it. Now putting them well out of the way because I want them to dry, and that's just using hand sanitizer in liquid, and it's 80% alcohol to clean down. And then just popping this sentiment over the splodge on the left hand side, because it looks like a splodge, and now it looks less like a splodge. Now I've decided to, have I left them long enough? Yeah, left them long enough to dry, and I'm just going to put these on. Don't need to use a ruler because it's got a line on them, so it makes it easier to line them up to make sure that they're straight. And yeah, and this is where I should have waited. I applied the gold knowing that I had to leave it to dry, and instead of leaving it for half an hour or so, did I? No. So I will be suffering the consequences of that in about 5 minutes. I think it finishes it off though. I was going to leave it white, but it just blended in too much. It wasn't visible enough. So put your phone down, that's it. And I've made the card base, which is just over 8 3/4 by 8 3/4. This is the problem. That ink's not dry. That chrome is not dry. There we go, just spreading out. I mean, this is obviously sped up as well. I am putting it down thin, thinner than I normally would do, but also just I'm leaving it that little while just for it to go tacky, to make sure it sits down better. And because I have fingers all over it, look, there and there. What am I like? And then I look at my hands and go, where did that come from? And what had caused the problem, I've had to go over that. Has just seen my fingers all over it, with the gold pen again, because it had taken it off. So I shall do that. I'm going to speed through that. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and please like and subscribe, pop a comment in and share if you like, and I will see you for the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time. Bye for now. Bye.